Sajjad, CFA Society Pakistan Board of Directors, our dear members, esteemed guests and charter holders. Assalamu alaikum and a very warm welcome to all of you on behalf of CFA Society Pakistan. My name is Isra Ahmed and I am the Business Development Manager at the Society and I will be your host for the evening. Before we proceed, may I request Mr. Malik Dilaways, CEO of Darson Securities, to please commence the event with the recitation of the Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر صدق الله العظيم.
Ameen. May I first request a big round of applause for all the CFA charter holders who are going to receive their charter today at the event. Dear charter holders, your achievement is indeed remarkable. You have worked very hard and we are delighted to celebrate this milestone with you today. You are now a part of a global community of over 190,000 charter holders worldwide. And you are true ambassadors of professional excellence and ethical conduct in the investment industry in Pakistan and globally as well. Let me now request the President of the Society, Mr. Sajjad, to please come up on the stage for his welcome address.
Good evening, honorable guests and respected members of the CFA Society Pakistan. A very warm welcome to all of you to the 19th Chartered Award ceremony of CFA Society Pakistan. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to attend this event. We are extremely grateful to our distinguished guest, Mr. Farrukh Khan, for accepting our invitation to attend this event and gracing the economy with his presence. Mr. Farrukh Khan has over 30 years of senior management and board level experience. He is an accomplished professional and successful entrepreneur and leading business and financial advisor. Mr. Farrukh Khan is MD and CEO Pakistan Stock Exchange Management Limited. Previously, he has held senior position with Acumen Pakistan in the UK, including Country Director and CEO Pakistan. Mr. Farrukh was the founding partner and CEO of BMA Capital Management Limited. Under his stewardship, BMA received several international awards, including the 2010 Euromoney Award for the Best Investment Bank in Pakistan. He has also worked with American Express Bank in Pakistan and Deloitte in London. Mr. Khan was selected by the Euromoney as one of the top 50 global financial leaders below the age of 40. He is the nominee director of PSX on CDC, NCCPL, PMX and eClear Services Limited. Mr. Farrukh Khan is a qualified chartered accountant from Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales. He also holds a BA Honours in Economics and Finance from University of Manchester. Sir, thank you very much for honoring us with your presence. It means a lot for us. Your participation in our programs motivates us and encourages us to work harder and contribute to the economy and financial industry of the country. It's indeed an honor for us, and it's a special occasion, thank you gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, an important moment for us as many as 90 new CFA charter holders who have passed one of the most rigorous exams in the financial industry and obtained this mandatory works experience. Today we have gathered to congratulate, celebrate and appreciate the hard work that you have put in to achieve this success. Dear CFA charter holder, I take this opportunity to request and urge you to make an active engagement with the CFA Society and the CFA Institute. Because whether you want to connect with the senior professionals, your fellow members, you manage your career and engage as a volunteer or further your education, we are here to help you. I'm honored to welcome you to the CFA Society Pakistan and CFA Institute family. A CFA Institute community includes more than 190,000 CFA charter holders in 165 countries and territories. You will be familiar, sir, dear sir, you will be familiar with the CFA Institute and the CFA Society Pakistan and its mission and goals, but I will give you a brief introduction. CFA Society is a not-for-profit organization registered with the SCCP and affiliated with a CFA Institute based in USA. The premier credentials awarded by the CFA Institute is called CFA Charter. The route to becoming a CFA charter holder is a rigorous one. It requires an individual to pass 3 challenging exams and obtain 3 years of relevant work experience. CFA Charter is considered as the gold standard as a professional qualification in the areas of financial analysis and investments. In line with this mission, the CFA Institute serves to promote highest standard of ethics, education and professional excellence. And it also encourages to work closely with the regulator and the policy maker in improving regulations as well as enhance and facilitate better communication between the industry leaders as well as the regulator and policy makers. There are more than 5,000 members who are either CFA qualified or they are candidates or the affiliate member of the CFA Institute who are contributing both public and private sectors, both locally as well as the globally. Dear sir, acquiring this prestigious CFA charter is one of the major milestone in the career of any investment, any professional in the financial industry. It is important for the CFA Society to celebrate the hard work and achievement of these young professionals who have put in a lot of hard work, discipline and dedication to achieve this milestone. I also, at the end of the, I also acknowledge the support of the members, of the board member as well as of the staff of the CFA Society who have put in lot of hard work to make this event possible. Dear fellow members, without taking any more of your valuable time, now I would like to invite Mr. Farrukh Khan to come on the stage and say a word of wisdom. Thank you very much.
Word of wisdom कहकर तो आपने under pressure कर दिया मुझे. But Assalamu alaikum and thank you for inviting me to speak at the CFA Charter Award ceremony. Sajjad Anwar Sahib, President CFA, and all the other participants here, बहुत मुबारक हो आप लोगों को. It really is, mashallah, a milestone in your careers, I hope, in getting this coveted charter. And it really is a proud moment for me to see such a group of bright professionals who I'm confident that all of you will grow up, and in your careers as you progress you will play an important role in the development of not just Pakistan's capital markets but also its economy. And I believe that with the current new charter holders, the number of CFA charter holders in Pakistan will exceed 500 or 550. And I remember when this was starting, this is really now a sizable number of CFA charter holders. So really, this is the future, and I'm so excited to see and be here with all of you. As Sajjad Sahab had mentioned, this is an excellent globally recognized qualification that will open up many exciting career opportunities for you. One confession, I also wanted to do my CFA, but I only managed to do my chartered accountancy and then stopped there. So, not that I'm jealous, but mashallah, congratulations again to all of you. I wouldn't go as far as Sajjad Sahab had said to share any wisdom, but I will share some thoughts and ideas, and experiences with all of you. And to succeed in life, you need leadership, a vision of what you want to achieve. You have to be action-oriented, you have to have a clear moral compass and an understanding of your history and culture. So in the next 10 minutes or 8 minutes or so, my effort will be to share some thoughts and ideas that I hope will be helpful in making you successful, not just in your careers, but also as an individual, as a person, as a human being, because that is equally important. Pakistan is going through another tough period, probably the toughest that I have seen in the last 20 to 30 years. Although nothing that can't be handled with clear, decisive and timely actions, something which successful leaders and CFAs instinctively understand. But it is generally a tough time that we are going through. So let me take you back into a little bit of history. As I mentioned, it's important to know your history to move forward. Some years back, I was president of the Overseas Chamber when the OICCI celebrated its 150th anniversary. And going through the excellent archives of the chamber, I came across a speech written by the OICCI President Max Denso back in 1871, which he made when the then Viceroy had visited the Overseas Chamber in Karachi. And he said, and I'll read out two quotations briefly from it, "It must, however, be admitted that the true interests of this province are much more closely aligned with the Punjab than with the Bombay Presidency." He then goes on to say that Karachi will never realize its full potential if it stays part of the Bombay Presidency. And this is back in 1871 and said by an Englishman. Etizaz Ehsan, in his book The Indus Saga and the Making of Pakistan, makes a similar and a very sound argument that this part of the subcontinent was always a cohesive economic unit. And if we fast forward to 1947, and Etizaz Ehsan actually goes back over a few thousand years to analyze how historically this part of the subcontinent has been a cohesive economic region. So as we fast forward to 47, there are many reasons that are given and that are there for the partition of the subcontinent, the creation of Pakistan. However, I think that the economic rationale is often forgotten and not given sufficient importance. And not understanding our history and recognizing the economic rationale for the creation of Pakistan has meant that we have often not fully appreciated that historically this region has worked together for thousands of years to create great civilizations and immense wealth. Even if you look at recent history, when Pakistan was created in 1947, there was hardly any industry in this part of the subcontinent. We had no financial reserves and a primitive agri-sector. But by the 1960s, Pakistan was the leading economy in Asia, ex-Japan, exporting more than many of the subsequent Asian tigers combined. We had the largest banks, textile mills, jute mills, insurance companies in Asia that were regionally and globally competitive. So the reason I'm going through this history is that confidence and faith in oneself are prerequisites for success. Today, it is critical that we remember this and work together. Pakistan's economy is paralyzed due to self-interest and divisions, even though the equivalence of economic and national security has now been formally recognized in the recent national security policy. And yes, we have to recognize that unfortunately, despite the achievements, we have been left far behind in the last 30 to 40 years. We must recognize this, understand our mistakes, and have the confidence that we will succeed again. So keep our history and culture in mind as you work on creating and investing in companies. From day one, invest in companies that have a global vision and are not rent seekers focused only on the domestic economy. I was in Sialkot recently, and there are tremendous firms there, globally competitive, they are in the export market, but 30, 40, 50 years later, some companies worth 50 million, some companies worth $100 million, and that's great. But why are they not billion-dollar companies? Why are they not? Have they not gone out and become, global names in the sports fair, in the sports industry? Companies in Vietnam that opened up just hardly a decade and a half ago are already focused on conquering international markets and are regionally and globally not just competitive but focused from day one. So as you invest in companies, as you work in companies, help to create the right culture. Understand that you have a broader responsibility to multiple stakeholders and not just shareholders anymore. So you need to be fully cognizant of many things like ESG standards, the company's responsibility to society. We will only all achieve our full potential if the country and the society overall progresses. Otherwise, yes, individually we might succeed, individually we might have successful business groups, but their scale and size will remain small unless the overall country and society progresses. So just imagine the exciting investment opportunities if the size of our economy was 5 or 10 times larger than it is today. And as investors and managers, you have the opportunity and indeed the responsibility to change the business culture and structure of Pakistan's economy. As you move ahead in your careers, you will realize that the life of business leaders was quite simple in the past, as your prime responsibility was to maximize profit and to shareholders. This isn't the case anymore. You will be answerable to multiple stakeholders, expectations, and you are part of that. Of the younger generation are very different, both as customers as well as shareholders. Technology is making the world more flat, and business as usual is not an option for anyone who wants to not just thrive but even survive. And we, as you know, we are going through that debate and discussion all the time in the capital markets and in the stock market, that we have to be able to embrace change and change because the world is moving ever faster. And many recent reviews and studies have shown that the role of a corporate leader, many of you are already in leadership positions, many of you will come into, inshallah, leadership positions, has become increasingly difficult in recent times. The challenges that leaders have to successfully master and navigate have increased and become more complex, from understanding the impact of globalization, because no one is an island anymore. We've seen recently, just in the last 2-3 days, in the last few weeks and months, how we have tried to, whether it's in the exchange rate and other things, isolate ourselves and stick to a particular stance, and it's not possible. What the global pressures are, eventually, you have to go along with them, because there's no way that you can use them to your advantage, or you will be swept with them. So from understanding the impact of globalization, the changes in technology, societal norms are changing very rapidly, issues of diversity, ESG, the need to digitize businesses, which Pakistan, we are still sort of lagging behind, and the e-commerce, young employees, key expectations, and the skill sets that are needed to lead in a new economy, businesses and startups, which are becoming an increasingly important part of even the economy of Pakistan. And now, most importantly, how do you lead in a hybrid work environment, where some people may be working, palace of office know that it was easy to monitor, to be able to lead, but now people may be spread all over the country. They might even be working from overseas as part of your team. So it's made the life of corporate leaders a lot more complex, and you need to master a much greater multifaceted skill sets than was required a decade ago. So focus and develop them from now, because the world will only keep getting more complex as you progress in your careers. So it won't be possible for you to just be a gatekeeper and respond to events. You will have to anticipate and drive change. And for this you will need both hard skills as well as soft skills. And soft skills may sometimes, in our culture, in our environment, we tend to lag behind. So focus on them: leadership, presentation skills, communications, empathy. These are even more critical now. People now demand a lot more than just a salary. If you do not make an effort to understand this, you will lose talent in a knowledge economy, which is the most critical asset that will give you a competitive edge. You must develop what I call the ability to have influence without authority, which is a critical skill as organizations are getting flatter and less hierarchical. Even your direct reports will not necessarily listen to you just because you happen to be a boss. So, जो hierarchical एक structure था कि मैं boss हूँ, मैंने कह दिया तो बस बात खत्म हो गई, does not work anymore. And if it works, it'll still be a competitive disadvantage, because जो ideas आ सकते हैं, जो लोगों की thinking है, will be deprived. So, your CFA membership and the Pakistan chapter, I'm sure, will help you in developing many of these areas. It is very creditable how active the Pakistan chapter is, and I've personally seen how much it's contributed to the capital market development through thought leadership and various research initiatives, including on fintech, independent directors report, ESG, and many others. And at PSX, we are really very, very proud that we work very closely with the CFA Society in Pakistan on many of these initiatives. As was mentioned, the CFA Charter is globally recognized and the community is spread out globally. So make use of it and take advantage of this network. The capital markets in Pakistan, where one way or the other many of you will be involved, whether as investors, whether directly working in them, they're well established, but they're still small. So this is a challenge, but it is also a huge opportunities. Factors like recent regulatory reforms, technology, abundant local liquidity, and that's been a big change. The local liquidity is grown immensely in the last few years compared to what used to be the case some years back. At one time we had portfolio investment from overseas of about 9 billion in the market. It's now at less than a billion, maybe 700, 800, $900 million. And previously, if we'd seen such selling come through, the market would have been completely decimated. But all of that has been absorbed one way or the other by local liquidity. Yes, the market has come down, but not in the way that such a huge pressure of selling would have meant in previous years. So take advantage of it, because for the first time in 70 years, I generally believe that we have an opportunity to transform and really break through and grow our capital markets. There are many success stories and role models in the capital markets. So I'm sure there is, if you look around, you will be able to see. You just have to think a bit differently. You have to come up with, using technology, new model. This is an industry that's ripe and waiting to be disrupted. So take advantage of that. My final advice in conclusion, many of you, I hope, already invest or will be investors, and investing with a long-term view and having a long-term horizon is probably the most important success factor in investing. And as young people, you have the advantage of time on your side. So make sure you leverage this advantage by starting to invest as early as possible. From your monthly earnings, you must regularly set aside some portion for charity and some portion for investing. Charity will inshallah help you spiritually, and investing will help you achieve your material goals. So congratulations again, and thank you so much for inviting me today.
Thank you, sir. Esteemed guests, we will now play a video message by Ms. Farrukh Franklin, who is the CEO and President at CFA Institute. And she was delighted to be a part of this celebration, even if it is virtually. May we please have a video now.
Hello everyone, I'm Farrukh Franklin, President and Chief Executive of CFA Institute. I'm so excited to be speaking with you today to honor this occasion, albeit virtually, and to welcome those of you who are officially joining the distinguished charterholder community. Let me start off by extending my sincere congratulations to all of you on this incredible achievement. Your hard work and dedication over the years to get you to this point have finally paid off. That's something to be celebrated. Well done. Our global charterholder community now includes more than 200,000 members in 164 markets, connected through 160 local member societies, and our community only continues to grow. In joining our community, you've connected to like-minded, industry-leading investment professionals who all strive to make the financial markets more transparent, principled, and ethical. A group of people who put their clients first. Your resilience and dedication to earning the CFA Charter has been incredibly inspiring to us all at CFA Institute, particularly during these trying times. Under the best of circumstances, it's not easy. We know that the journey to earning the Charter is a rigorous one. It's not for the faint of heart, nor is it a casual undertaking or hobby. You've all shown tremendous perseverance on this journey to earn our distinction, despite the headwinds you may have faced in your personal and professional lives. It's a testament to the bright futures that you all have ahead of you. Your education, dedication, and determination will serve you well in the years ahead. Now you can proudly display the letters CFA next to your name. This designation is world-renowned and the clear gold standard in our industry. CFA Institute holds a 75-year history of bringing professionalism and the highest standards to the investment profession. To touch quickly upon our history, in June of 2022, we marked the 75th anniversary of our founding, when like-minded individuals saw the need to bring professionalism to the role of investment analysis. Investment analysis later became a credentialed profession in 1963, when 284 candidates sat for the very first CFA program exam. Those candidates likely never envisioned that the exam would go on to be offered around the world. Our global footprint represents the real value the credential brings to the industry. It's recognized everywhere, from Australia to Uruguay. No matter where you find yourself in the world on your career journey, when an employer sees the Charter on your resume, you've proven that you have the dedication, expertise, and commitment that our industry requires. When employers are building teams, they're looking for these precise qualities, and achieving the Charter demonstrates that you have them. As you embark on your journey as a charter holder, I encourage you to get involved in your local society. Our societies provide incredible value to their members, from thought-provoking events to continuing professional development and career activities. These ties are career-defining. I speak from experience, having grown my career as a member of CFA Toronto myself. Our industry plays a vital role in the global economy. We need a strong, vibrant financial system, particularly these days. We have a responsibility to collaborate across industries and indeed across the globe as it relates to solving some of the world's toughest challenges. There are actionable steps that we can take in conjunction with the industry partners to help define the way forward. These efforts require collaboration, education, and of course, capital. A career in investment management can really help build a better world. I firmly believe that it's a career choice you can be proud of if you embrace that mission. We can help lead the way forward. CFA Institute remains committed to helping the next generation of investment professionals find success in their careers. We've made significant progress around the world in expanding the reach of our organization and delivering value to those in our ecosystem. We hope you will take advantage of all the opportunities being a charter holder opens you up to. And we will continue to evolve and innovate to meet your needs as the demands of our profession grow and change. I hope today that we can all look forward with a sense of optimism, knowing that we are collectively surrounded by new charter holders who are joining our great organization and who bring fresh vision and energy to our industry at large. Thank you again for giving me the opportunity to address you all today. Congratulations, and I look forward to meeting you at an event in person soon. Be well, everyone.
Now is the time for us to recognize our esteemed charter holders. For this purpose, I would like to invite Mr. Farrukh Khan and our President, Mr. Sajjad Anwar, on stage. would request the charter holders to please come up on stage to receive their charter as the names are announced. Abdul Basit. Anoshi. Please give them a big round of applause. Thank you. Anusha Kumari. Arsalan Raza. Dania Salar. Heather Siddiqui. Junaid Saeed. Kamran Tahir. Khurram Salim. Maria Hassan. Misbah Parvez. Muhammad Zuhair. Muhammad Adil. Abbas Ghani. Muhammad Yasir. Mustafa Mahmood Khan. Muzammil Abbas. Rai Mohammed Khalil.
Russell Butt, please.
Saad Tariq Siddiqui. Salman Khan. Shaur Turabi. Sufyan Nabi. Sayyid Muhammad Turab Alam. Sayyid Zainuddin. Wajiha Shah.
Yusuf Said,